It was supposed to be a quiet funeral, a family gathering to say goodbye to their father. But inside the church cafeteria, two sisters snapped. One was accused of pulling hair, the other punching her own sibling in the face.
One of the sisters, the one that just left in front of me?
Probably,
Okay.
yeah. It's a funeral. It's very sad.
Yeah.
She started attacking the younger daughter verbally, and then the mother came by, which is sisters, and she just grabbed her hair and pulled her back really hard.
Okay.
And she was actually the one that called, and I saw the whole thing. So did my sister, because we were sitting at the same table. But it's just horrible.
Yeah.
You know, it's horrible because they're sisters. I'm like, this shouldn't be the place.
No, definitely not.
So it's very sensitive. I'm just letting you know.
Okay,
It's,
no problem.
I'm sure you've dealt with this before. Hopefully not.
Unfortunately.
God, it's so horrible. I'm like, ladies, stop.
Yeah. And what's your relation?
I'm a good. That's her best friend.
Okay.
We grew up together, so I'm her sister.
Okay.
But we grew up, so I kind of came as well support for the family.
I see.
I definitely didn't think this was going to happen.
Yeah.
It's really sad. But Kathy is the one that called, and
Okay.
she did. I seen her pull her hair back.
Okay.
And Maureen was trying to get away.
The sister that may have just left, do you know where she lives?
I don't have her address, but it's in Clearwater. I'm sure you can get it.
And what was her name?
Maureen.
Maureen.
And it's Kathy.
Okay. And you said it was a back entrance?
Well, we've been here for the funeral in the church, so the service afterwards was in the back. So if you take a right, right there, you'll see them all probably still standing there.
Okay.
All right.
Not a problem. Thank you so much. Okay. Hello. Are you Kathy?
I sure am.
Hiya. You called police?
I did. Come on in.
All right.
Okay with you in here?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a very emotional day.
Of course.
But yes, I did. There had been some words from one of my sister's friends. Not that it matters, but anyway, my sister walked past me afterwards, and I tried to stop her by reaching out. Two of my fingers got caught in her hair. She had a fit and turned around and decked me.
Decked you how?
Punched me in the face.
Okay. Which side of your face?
This side.
Okay, I'm going to turn a light on. Just watch your eyes a second, okay? Okay. And can you describe how she decked you? Was it open fist, closed fist?
Closed fist.
Okay. Right hand, left hand?
God, I tried to duck, so it had to be right hand.
Right hand, okay. Do you know, is she a righty or a lefty?
She's a righty.
Righty, okay. Do you have any pain or soreness, anything like that? Would you like to see any kind of medical attention?
No.
Okay. So just to kind of put the story together, you're saying that a friend of your sister's made words, and she went to walk by, and you went to kind of pause her from...
I'll back you up.
Okay.
I was taking flowers out of the spray.
Okay.
And my sister came up and said to me, would you move? They want to take a picture of us.
Okay.
I stepped aside, let them take their picture. The girl who was taking the picture said, what do you think they're going to steal? Why are you hovering over their family time?
Said that to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
And
don't
what
know
was
this
what
girl
was the
from
name of
Adam.
this friend? Do you know?
Kim
Okay.
is her name.
Okay.
And I don't know what triggered it, why she said it. So, I got mad.
Where exactly this happened?
I'll show you where
that
the
hall
spray is,
back
right
there.
out there.
After that.
So I turned around and looked at Kim and I said, where the f did that come from? Shouldn't have said it in church, but I was mad. And she took her picture and off they walked. And as my sister walked by me, she muttered something else. And I reached out, like I said, to stop her. I think I reached with this hand because she was on this side of me. And my hand, two of my fingers got caught in her hair. And she yelled, ouch. So I'm sure maybe I pulled her hair. I don't know. It wasn't intentional. Anyway, she said, that's it. I've had it. And she turned around and
When you said that was with her right hand?
yes.
Okay. I know it seems like a monotonous
It's
question.
not. I'm just
What's the relationship here again? This person who hit you is your sister's friend or sister?
my
No,
sister.
no, it's a sister. I'll fill you in a second. Okay, so
She's
let me.
angry because I gave the eulogy and I didn't mention her children in it. I mean,
So let me ask you now. Now that you mentioned her children, what issue transpired between you and her daughter in that moment as well? Because I spoke to a few people outside on my way in, just trying to find you, and the few people had stated that they saw what happened, made mention of some issue between you and your sister's daughter. Is that also how something transpired? Or is there anything you could tell me about that? Was there any verbal exchange between you and your niece?
yeah.
Okay, what did that look like?
She told me I gave a terrible eulogy,
Okay,
and I said, if you didn't like it, you should have said it. You should have got up there and done it yourself.
okay,
And she said, Grandpa asked you to do it. And I said, that's right. He did. And then I forget what my sister said to me, but that's when that part of it went on.
okay, okay.
But after it all happened, my brother's girlfriend is sitting there, and she's telling me that they're all in there talking about the fact that I hit her first, which
Okay.
I never listed my.
As far as the strike to your face, obviously with something like that, I am going to have to speak to Maureen, get her side of the story as well. So anytime we have any kind of battery situation, which is a unwanted touching, whether it's domestic related or just between two individuals, it's our job to investigate, obviously, both sides of the story. So I've heard a witness statement, I've heard your statement, and now,
What triggered the witness to speak to you?
well, obviously, when a police officer shows up, it's, people tend to want to help in a situation. So when I stepped out, I asked if any of them were Kathy, because I don't know what you look like. So when I show up, I kind of ask questions. In that, they said, no, we're not, but we saw what happened. And so they came to, provide information about their perspective of the story. So in my case, when a witness, an independent witness, steps forward to provide information, it's just another link to the puzzle for a situation that I'm not here to observe. So I get to put a story together based on your statement, your sister's statement, and anybody else that wants to tell me a perspective. I'm not saying that a witness's perspective is always correct, because 9 times out of 10 it's not. But it's a piece of information that we use towards figuring out where the connection is. Does that make sense?
The connection was her fist in my face.
Okay. And another connection was your hand in her hair, which you admitted to. So that's all I'm saying. So, and that was also corroborated by the witness. So, like I said, I get your story, I'm going to get your sister's story, and then we're going to move on from there. Okay. So with the claimed battery, obviously as a police officer, it's my job to enforce any kind of criminal activity. That being said, I know it's your sister, but are you interested?
We can talk to you in a minute.
I was going to say there's still a whole lot of food for you guys to take
Okay,
home.
thank you.
I know it's your sister. I know that this is very tough times. Would you want me to write up in pursuit of charges for battery against your sister? And I'm going to ask her the same question. Just because I pursue charges doesn't mean it's actually going to go to a criminal case. It's just that either way, I have to write a report because it's domestic related, right? So at the end of this, I'm going to get, like I said, your story, your sister's. I'm going to put all of this into one report, and whether it goes anywhere or doesn't, if you say, no, I don't want to pursue charges, it's just documented. Same thing on your sister's end. If you both decide you want to pursue charges, I'm not necessarily going to arrest you both if that's the case or what have you at the end of my investigation. What that means, though, is that it's going to get sent forward for review. It's going to be taken on by, say, an attorney, and they're going to review the case and they're going to see if this is something that's pursuable. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. With all of that being said, do you want to pursue charges?
Do I have to decide this minute?
You can take a sec. We'll talk to you before you leave.
Yeah,
No, I meant like,
today.
yes.
Yes, because with you calling police and you reporting a crime, essentially, This is not something where you kind of take a minute, you sit on it. In calling police, we have to take action, right? So unfortunately, I can't just say she doesn't want to pursue charges right now, and then 3 days later you say, no, I do. You know what I mean? Let me ask you, do you have a close relationship generally with your sister?
No.
You don't? Okay. Do you have other siblings?
Yes.
Okay. Do they have a decent relationship with your sister?
No.
Okay. Do you have a decent relationship with your other siblings?
Yes.
Okay. In my experience, this is not something that's going to escalate to bigger problems, that you guys are now going to get even more physical with each other, or you're going to be reactive and combative in the future. I think, again, emotions were high, something happened, it's an isolated incident.
The problem is that it's not.
It's not. Do you often get into...
First time
Okay.
she has hit me, but she has threatened repeatedly.
Okay. So you know your family history better than I do. So again, it
You're
is...
right. I would not have called you guys if it had not been funeral day. I had just had it to hear.
That's okay. And we totally understand. I mean, obviously I have
She's got
no...
a table full of people that will tell you one story. And I'll have to go get the church ladies to come tell my side.
Okay.
And
I'm
not sure
very
how many
happy to
of them-
talk to them.
I don't know how many are here and how many saw it.
Well, I can ask around. It's my job. I'm an investigator, so I can absolutely ask. Obviously, whoever I found outside, I don't know friend of who or what, so I can ask.
The girls, the church ladies are in the kitchen.
Okay. I will absolutely speak to them.
You know, but she didn't mean to do so Kathy. Obviously, Kathy was trying to get flowers. She moved so they could take a picture. But her friends just kept going on and on unhappy.
So they got into it verbally. She may or may not have pulled her hair or got it tangled in her hair. That was before the last slap. They got pulled. That was after it. Okay.
Yeah, because
Lori.
I was giving up on you guys. Come
Oh,
on in.
sorry.
Get out of that cold. Come in.
Actually, not to be a pain. I know it's cold. Just because we have a video of it. It's in the car though. Can we just show it to you on my computer instead? Oh, just a little incident.
Hi, puppy.
You need me to come to your car?
Yeah, if you don't mind. You grab her shoes.
Your dog's adorable.
Oh, she's trying to sneak out.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah, she's right here. I got her.
She's an attack dog.
I got her.
What kind of dog is it? Before I ask anything, I just, because it's a criminal investigation, right, I do want to read you your rights real quick.
This is criminal?
Just, yeah, I mean, so. Alright, so we'll talk to you in a minute.
Okay.
Well, I was told I don't even have to talk to you, much less.
You don't, do. Let me just read your rights first.
No, if you're reading me my rights.
Let me just read them, and just like I said it. So those are your rights. Having those in mind, do you want to talk to me about what happened?
I mean, if
I'm
you're
just
going to
gonna-
pull your car up here and show me the video,
I'll
that's fine. But
happily
I'm
show
not
you the
walking down there in the dark.
Okay, that's fine. Just while we're here right now, before we walk to our car, do you want to give me your side of the story, having your rights in mind?
My side of the story is my sister assaulted me.
Yeah. Okay. So is that, yes, like, can I ask you some
And I
questions
should
about
be
it?
pressing charges against her.
Okay. Yeah, we definitely can talk about that.
I have pictures of my injuries.
Do you need an ambulance or anything?
No.
You sure? Okay.
I may have whiplash, but we'll find
Okay.
out tomorrow.
So just what I saw in the video, I guess my only question for you is, you approached her because she was, I would say, like, berating your daughter in a sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I got between the two of them to make her
All right.
stop yelling.
Did
at
you
me.
bump into her at all?
No, I didn't touch her.
You didn't touch her? No.
No.
Did you hit her at all
I did
after
not
she pulled
touch
your hair?
I swung at her. Not sure if I made contact.
Okay. What caused all this, if you don't mind? I know it's a family issue, but...
It is a family issue, and my sister does not recognize that she's the only child in the family. Left my children out of the eulogy when she read it.
I heard about that. I'm sorry about
Like,
that.
no grandchildren were named, mentioned. They were like the light of his life.
All right.
So, my daughter actually said something to her about it. Your eulogy was awful. Why were we left out? And she got back in my daughter's face and said, well, if you wanted to be mentioned, you should have done it yourself.
Right.
Well, my father left a list of how he wanted his funeral to go, and she was listed to say the eulogy. I'm sure he never in his wildest dreams would have thought that she would omit his grandchildren.
Okay. So in the video, I'll show it to you. you did approach her, which I get it. You're a mom defending her daughter. I'm not arguing with that. It looks like you did bump her. Is that something you think be on purpose by accident, or did you not bump her at all?
I guarantee I didn't touch her.
You didn't touch
I
her at all?
guarantee.
Right. But after she pulled your hair in response, you swung at her?
I did.
You're not sure if you made contact or anything?
I'm not, but I can show you the contact she made with me.
I did see the hair pull. Yes, I
And did you see that she scratched my neck all the way down
did not know
as
that,
she
no.
pulled my hair?
Jeez, no. Okay.
So, I mean, that's a defensible move. Like,
Yep.
and I mean, I was even looking because, so there we were taking pictures right before the incident happened.
Yep.
Time stamped 127. And by the time I got home, changed my clothes, 209.
Okay.
So that's
we tried
fresh.
to call you. I was trying to get your side of the story there to make everything simpler.
Yeah, well, you know, I have that call block thing on my phone. If I don't
Oh, is that what it
recognize a
was?
number,
Yeah.
it doesn't ring through.
All right, unfortunately, I have to place you under arrest, okay? Just based on what happened. We'll talk about everything. Sir, just
Stay right over there, sir.
I want to give him my phone.
Stay over there.
That's fine. We'll give him everything. We're not going to take your stuff. I don't want to make a show of it, okay, guys?
Can you bring
I'll
the
put
car
two
up
cuffs on
here?
you if it's too tight.
We're gonna
yeah,
walk
we'll
you
get keyed on and everything.
down to the driveway.
Even though she's the one that assaulted me,
I'll
is she
explain
under arrest also?
She's going to be.
Yeah.
That
She
helps.
is gonna be.
Yeah, you both are.
I'll explain everything in a minute, okay?
Oh God, I can't believe she
Yep.
started
It's not
this.
something we want to do, trust me.
Then why?
No, it's
It's
fine.
the law, ma'am.
Ow, my hand. Okay.
Yeah, so.
Can I give her a different pair of clothes or something? Is that, or a real pair of shoes maybe?
We can switch the shoes, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to grab her a pair of shoes, that's fine.
Fuzzy socks and slides.
Yeah, but we can't change the outfit, unfortunately.
You guys could say something up front from the very beginning of this whole thing. That's my place.
Well, I wanted to get her side of the story. I wanted to give her a fair chance to get her side of the story.
Can you see it?
So hopefully we're not going to be in the same. Oh.
We have to go. She's in Palm Harbor, is that correct?
Oh, you have to go to her house to get her? No, she's at my dad's where she shouldn't
Okay.
be.
Yeah. So,
You have their address?
yeah, I'll talk to you before I leave.
Illinois?
We do. I don't have an Illinois address, no. I do have a Palm Harbor address.
Probably at
Island Way. She's staying there with her convict brother who's on probation right now.
Do you want your phone, or do you want him to have it?
Well, I don't think I can take it, can I?
No, you can take it.
I have no
you can take it.
pockets. I have nothing. Do those fit me?
I don't know, Mom.
We'll take them. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's get her in the car first. We'll grab the shoes, and then we'll
I brought a
come
pair of
grab them.
socks too. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. Just keep them there. We're gonna go down to the car first, and we'll be back for the shoes. That's secondary.
Coat out of my closet that actually
Okay, let's go.
has pockets.
We'll take the phone down with you, so you have it.
Parked so far away.
So, I just want to explain to you because you had an awful day.
You're 261, right?
Yeah.
118 CD. 261's gonna adult female. 1015.
We had mandates. This is your sister, right?
Yeah.
So, any physical fights, batteries, assault, you want to call it, between family members, we have to keep up with a mandate from the IRS. She didn't want to press charges on you, okay? But talk to my supervisor, we didn't have an option. You know, I'm explaining another situation. I don't want to be doing this right now, trust me, okay?
So because she called you guys, we're both going to go under
It's a
arrest.
domestic related battery, yeah.
Battery, we have to.
It's Florida state statute. It's something that we can't essentially turn a blind eye to, if that makes sense.
So who had the video is what I want to know.
Yeah, there's security footage from there.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm dying to see it.
We are going to call a female officer to search you. Do you have anything on you right now? You have to ask.
It's just policy before you go in the back of the car.
I don't even know
118 CD.
I got nothing.
Is there a female available for a search?
Trust me, I got nothing but a hair thing is all I have.
Okay. So what he's going to do before you go in the back of the car, so he's just going to use the outside of his hands just to wipe your waistline, just to make sure you don't have a
Search
firearm.
me as much as you want.
No,
I got
well, no.
We'll do a
nothing.
female just to make it more
Yeah,
comfortable for you.
we prefer obviously a
not
female do it on a female, but it's just it's a policy thing. Nobody goes in the back of the car without at least a swipe for weapons. That's how we get shot in the back of the head, you know what I mean?
Oh my God, don't even say that.
It's the reality of it.
Nothing, 'cause
Believe me, some of my best friends are police, sheriffs actually.
CD 161 officer Lightfoot on primary.
It ended with both of them in handcuffs and both heading to jail. One was hit with a felony charge because the other was over 65. But despite the chaos, emotional witness statements, and even security footage, one of those felony charges never even made it to court because in the end, the state simply said, no file. And just like that, it was over.